Bear Academy.
Despite some initial uncertainty, you find that your new home may even be nicer than a recluse's shack. Your first days living outside of your parents' home are occasionally daunting, but also filled with possibility. What would you like to do? Oh, okay. I didn't expect this turn, if I'm being honest. Now we got a whole bunch of more stats. Dampness, mycelium, robustness, potency, humanity. We can rest for the day, and we can take the day to visit a recluse. Okay. How about we head into the woods and... I don't know, communicate with some fellow fungi? One day, while gathering some resources from the forest, you realize that the sun has gone and set on you. You hadn't been anticipating a night trip, so this is a little unfortunate. Thankfully, you can spot a fire on the road ahead. It appears to you that the man is sitting next to it, with a worn tent set up nearby. The man bears a distinctive set of tattoos, spotting his face and arms with a set of decorative, presumably eyes. Oh, okay. You contemplate the thought of approaching this man and keeping yourself warm beside his fire. Does this appeal to you? That just says nope. So, I'm guessing I'm not doing that? Join the man. It's dark and you have nothing on you to create a camp. You figure that's acceptable to ask, if nothing else. As you approach the man, he seems immediately aware of your presence. Welcome, daughter of the witch. He speaks calmly, identifying you more precisely than most. So you know the witch? Interesting. You idly think that it is unfair to be called daughter of the witch. The witch did not raise you after all. Nevertheless, you ask the man if you could join him. It's dark night, and you have let yourself stranded. Thankfully, he seems sympathetic to your plight. What is mine is yours, fellow fate-touched. He pauses. Though you may find I do not have much to offer. You eye his meager campsite. Fire and company will have to get you through the night, it seems. Though you do spy a variety of small, strange trinkets. Some part of you suspects they are fortune-telling in nature. What do you do with the remnants of the evening? Ask the man to tell you your future? Ask him for nothing more than you already have? He speaks to you with familiarity. Help him learn his place. That doesn't sound good. Telling your future. I mean, if you can do that, sure, why not? One simply cannot carry around fortune-telling instruments and speak in obstrusities without expecting to be quizzed. You ask the man plainly to tell you of your future, of what may lay ahead. There was a moment where you were worried this request may offend the man in some way, or at the very least bore him. But if that's the case, he doesn't betray these feelings in his countenance. He simply takes a set of bone-white objects sitting next to the fire and holds them in his fist for a moment, before casting them into flames. The bone fragments wiggle impotently for a second, before suddenly popping into little more than dust. This is supposed to be your future? You turn your fearful gaze back to the man, who's simply shaking his head. I'm afraid I cannot, youngling. Sometimes the fates are mysterious. This does seem like a too simple explanation in some ways, but if he doesn't want to tell you, then it's pointless. You do want to ensure one thing, though. That doesn't mean you're dying soon, right? He chuckles at this question. No, or at least I don't think so. You accept his answer, and spend the rest of the night quietly chatting with the man. By the time morning arrives, you feel rested and ready to make the trek back home. And after a quick thank you to the man, you make your leave. One day you notice a strange intruder wandering around near your home. An elderly man, sporting an unkempt beard filled with crumbs. When he spots you, a lopsided grin fills his face. Well, ain't you something? The man lifts his hat off his head briefly in greeting. Everyone's been talking about the fungal woman of the woods. That must be you. You suppose you've never met another mushroom girl, now that you think about it. But it does feel a little odd to be signaled out as such. The man continues speaking. I was just hoping to meet you, that's all, and I want to give you something. He reaches into a shabby pack at his side and pulls out a bound book. Its appearance is humble, yet it carries a certain weight to it. An almanac, okay? This here is an almanac, containing every tidbit of mycological knowledge I've ever done and learned. I've been working on this for a long time, could even say it's my life's work, I guess. They grow up so fast, don't they? Oh, amen to that. He looks down at the book at his ends with surprising tenderness. Then he's holding the book out to you. But there's always more lives to live. Ain't that just how this old cycle goes? Maybe you'll be able to help me fill in some gaps. There's still lots to see out there. You take the object and carefully pull it open. Truth be told, you've never been much of one for handling books. I mean, did the recluse even teach you how to read? But with you find hundreds of illustrations depicting different mushrooms in a variety of colors. It's beautiful. By the time you look up, the old man is already walking away. He waves a hand at you and calls out a simple, "Be good now." How odd. But you do like his gift at least. Also gonna take a sip. Stay hydrated, kids. Delish. While making your way through town, you're stopped by a young man in a newsboy cap. He has a handful of papers, one of which he thrusts into your hand. "Hello, ma'am. Have you heard? The great healer is in town right now. Don't miss your chance to see her if you have any need of healing." I mean, do we? I don't know. Let's go check out the almanac. The Mushipedia. Yeah, I can't read any of that. Oh, endings discovered. Okay. Hold on. 64 endings? The hell? Okay. This door's grown. What's that? Chroma collection. Override game caller. Okay. And the music box is sheet music. Interesting. You begin to explain to the boy that human healers are of little use to you, but he simply shakes his head. "She's the great healer, ma'am. Wouldn't be very great if she couldn't heal a fungus, would she?" How strange. A healer? Thought it never really occurred to you as a possibility. As you walked away, you glanced down at the paper the boy had handed you. A map, it would seem. I guess I don't want to do any casts that have nope on them, so how about we just see the great healer? Why not? Would be interested to meet someone talented in healing after all. Maybe you could even learn a trick or two. Following the map, you find yourself standing before a large, secluded building to the edge of town. From within, you can hear the muffled sound of a voice. The door is propped open, practically inviting you inside. Without giving yourself a chance to second guess, you walk in. You find yourself in a spacious room, a crowd of humans eagerly surrounding a stage. But by your estimates, there must be several dozen people, plus the woman standing on stage. This woman speaks loudly and clearly, and she has the crowd captivated. You realize that there is a man on stage as well, kneeling. She reaches her hand up as far as she can, palm open and fingers spread wide. She shouts out a few words in a language you don't recognize, then brings her palm down to the top of the man's head. Chant with me now. Oopa, oopa. It doesn't take long for the audience to follow her lead. It is frankly somewhat bizarre to witness. You are unsure what controls this woman. Is she a great healer? Has on the audience. But nearly everyone other than you chants along. After a few moments, she shouts and the man stands. The audience cheers. "Healed. You are now healed, child of man. Tell me, can you feel it?" "Are you feeling it, Mr. Krabs?" The healer jauntily embraces the man, jumping with glee. The man, looking over himself, can't help but jump joyfully as well. Yes, I can feel it. There's no pain in my leg." Wait, is this how she heals? How odd. I've never heard of anything like this before. After gallivanting for a while, the man who has been healed returns to the audience. The healer continues to speak. "Who else? Who is there among us who needs... among us who needs to feel the healing light?" Her eyes dart around the audience, searching for someone to pick. Okay, so volunteer to go on stage, stand back and enjoy the show, or pick pockets while the audience is distracted. I'm just guessing these symbols correlate to some... I didn't mean to. You thought that you... But I guess we're just gonna enjoy the show. You thought that you were going to meet a healer, not participate in a show. For now, you will hang back and simply observe. The next volunteer to go on stage is a timid figure. They keep their head tilted towards the floor. "What ails you, child of man? Speak loudly, so that all can hear." The figure, seemingly hesitant to speak, simply holds one arm high in the air. This arm ends in a stump. The healer seems undeterred, however. "This is a wound that many would consider unhealable. However, we don't accept that bit of claim, do we? Through the power of magic, you too can become whole once more." Part of you wonders, do humans not ordinarily grow such things back? Not even with the help of healers? How unfortunate. I mean, do mushrooms grow back there? I don't know. They're caps? So if you go into the forest, right, and you cut a mushroom, does like a full mushroom grow back from the stem? Ow. Great Healer takes the stumped arm with Flourish Enchant. Feel the magic flow through you. Feel your body be whole. It's hard to track her movements. There's more motion and dramatics than you had expected, which makes everything a bit of a blur. Oopa, oopa. This final chant, the healer raises her arm high. In a moment, you notice that she has raised the arm of the volunteer as well, and more so that their fingers are intertwined. Fingers that not existed moments ago. The crowd goes wild. Oh my god, she's an actual wizard, mage, witch. Through magic, all things are possible. The healer's words almost feel like a brag, but the volunteer doesn't seem to mind. They glance at her hand with astonishment and try to mumble a legible thank you. Before long, the healer returns to the audience, and the cycle begins again. You watch for a while longer, before deciding that it's time to leave. On your way out, a man stops you by the door. Make a donation to help the great healer's spiritual light. Sure, how much money do I have? Anyways. Well, seems like now we don't have any funds. He looks at you awkwardly for a moment. Did you mean to hand me some tokens? You can place them on the upper left corner of this tray here. Sure? Place them on the upper left corner of this tray here. Okay. Okay, increase our humanity, it would seem. It seems like a good cause. You hand the man a coin and he thanks you kindly. Then you continue on your way home. A man wearing vibrant multicolored robes and a large pack approaches your home. He's heard rumors of a beautiful fungal woman who has come to paint you. He asks if you will give him the honor of being the first to put your beauty on the canvas. Do I have to go nude for that? Accept the artist's request and allow him to paint you. Convince the artist to teach you instead. Refuse, you're not so vain as you want art to made of. Nah. Also, it seems like you can put coin or like tokens here to maybe increase the effects of certain cards. Now, accept the artist's request and allow him to paint you. What could possibly go wrong, as long as I don't have to strip down? After a few... Okay, I just rolled a... was it a D8? After a few hours of modeling for the man, he finishes his work and turns the canvas to show you. He must have been hungry, because the painting has you sitting at the head of a table set for a magnificent feast of mushrooms, fruits, meats and veggies. Isn't that cannibalism? You'd later receive a letter telling you that the painting was sold to an up-and-coming restaurant. Okay, you can trade Muse and you can trade sorta respectable. Great appeal, shroomy qualities, cards and tokens. Ah, here we go. A nope card. Don't like an event? Use one of these cards and you can get your way back home in no time. Cards represent choices you have to make in life, though you won't be able to use special cards in every event. They will automatically be dealt to you in appropriate situations. Be careful. Most card types are limited. When they're out, unless you can find a way to gain more. Okay. We got Soma. Your body's made of useful resources, but you must be mindful for not to give too much of yourself away. On use, it gives you a little snack for later, at least. Okay. So we got Nope cards, we got Soma cards. And, wealth tokens, okay. Everything in this world comes for a price. Use these to purchase goods or otherwise improve your circumstance. Okay, I gotcha. About me. Young adult, you've grown to a young woman, okay. And Muse, you have posed for an artist and found that it more than suits you. And sorta reputable. You're a good person. Very nice. Family matters. Mystic bond, you've developed some rapport with your creator. The Witch of the Woods, okay. And loving parent, the recluse will always live in your heart and for the time being next door. Okay, so this kind of feels like a game where like every single little choice matters to an extent. Feel a crisp breeze, the heat is relenting, trees are changing in color. Fall has arrived. Change of weather has invigorated you. What would you like to do today? How about we Needs more dampness, maybe. So how about we go into the countryside? I don't know how you would even get dampness. Just soak in a river or somewhere. A group of 3 armed men stop you while you're out, demanding any goods you may have, or else. The fresh blood of their weapons show these are not idle threats. Prepare yourself and attempt to fight them off, or make a run for it. Run away! Okay, passed. I have no clue what determines if you have to roll the dice or not, or like, even how much we need to roll to even pass. The men weren't expecting such speedy, well-camouflaged mushroom. Okay, so they increase their potency? Increase or decrease? I don't know. I would kind of like it if it could show like a plus or minus next to the stats. For the event. You quickly lose them once you turn and sprint away. Close call. While walking down a heavily wooded path, you notice a disheveled woman slumped mournfully against the base of a tree. She bears numerous scratches and light wounds, as well as peculiar coal-black lips. Her clothes are torn and dirty, but despite this you can tell they were once quite expensive. Curiosity piqued, you approach the woman asking if she needs help with something. So I'm guessing this game is kind of like a roguelike as well? I don't know. The woman grimaces, shaking her head. Nothing can be done for me, I have been sentenced to death. As she speaks, you notice her tongue is stained, as if she had been licking ink. You can't help but feel intrigued, so you insist, what does she mean? A few weeks ago I was walking through these woods when I witnessed the most beautiful woman I had ever known, picking flowers alone. I am ashamed to say I was so taken by her stunning looks that I followed the woman, aiming to at least ask her name. I discovered far too late, however, that it wasn't a woman, but the witch of the woods herself. Oh, that's my mama! Your eyes widen, few humans would ever speak of the witch. To follow her into the forest is regarded as, well, a destiny. I know not if I was punishment or fulfillment of my unspoken request, but upon my approach she twisted around and met me with a terrifyingly intense kiss. When I came around again, I bore a terrible curse. She visibly trembles, pulling at the tattered ends of her elegant dress. Solid cobbles seem to shift under my feet, and steady tools writhe like snakes in my grasp, conspiring to be dropped. I have been doomed to fail at all things. I've lost my work, my coin, and cannot even prepare food or forage without injuring myself. It has reached the point where I can do nothing but sit here and wait. She trails off, pursuing her blackened lips. Again, the doomed lady falls against the tree, staring blankly. It's apparent that she has utterly lost her will to go on now. A cursed kiss from the witch of the woods? How unexpected. Ask her to give the curse to you with a kiss. No. Decline to interfere, it's our nope card. Or tell her to pursue a romance with the witch. Sure, why not? I mean, you've got nothing left to lose, right? The lady is clearly missing the most important part here. The witch is totally into her. Yeah, right. 7, okay, you pass. And it's a D10, I believe, yeah. You tell her that the curse is a mark of affection, a black rose bequeathed to her beloved. The ways in which witches court is beyond your understanding, and might even seem painful at times. She considers for a moment, her face reddening. You really think she loves me so much? You nod enthusiastically. Who is more qualified to make guesses at the witch's intentions than your? With renewed resolve, the woman gathers the last of her things and departs into the woods. As she disappears between the trees clutching a bright red rose in her hand, she resembles the sacrifice being made to the woods. You do hope the witch treats her kindly after all. Okay, increase our mycelium and our potency, okay? Whatever that means. I would assume potency is kind of like our magical ability? I mean, dampness, no freaking clue. Mycelium, maybe health? Robustness, defense, potency, I guess magic, and humanity, well, humanity. While outrunning errands, you find that the town is much more active than usual. Through some chance encounters, you get the impression that a sort of traveling festival has been set up outside of the town. Looking around, you do happen to spot a few people in very vibrant clothes. Out of curiosity, you follow them towards a gathering of colorful tents. As you stand there gawking, you get the feeling that you've wandered into the entertainer's living area rather than finding your way to the show itself. There are people practicing a routine, people tossing colored rods back and forth, a man sharpening knives, as well as a large number of other eccentric activities. I guess we're gonna be going into taking the Arcana route. Approach the colorful clothed couple rehearsing the lines. Ask the man about his knives. Get a closer look at the jugglers. Or ask a particularly muscular human for training tips. So I'm guessing that's toughness then. But sure, let's head into the occult direction. That increases our humanity. And yes, it does increase our robustness. Okay. But I do want to approach the colorful clothed couple rehearsing lines. Okay, roll it. 3. Still a pass, okay. You walk up to the pair, eager to ask them about their performance. They seem absorbed in a conversation, so you wait patiently for a chance to speak with them. After a short while, they find a stopping point and ask you if you'd act as a practice audience. They start telling jokes, bantering back and forth, doing some physical comedy and even incorporating some well-meaning fungal humor into the act. Okay, increase our humanity, yes. Afterward, they ask you how they did and chat with you for a bit. Before you head home, one of them takes the red ball stuck to their face and gives it to you as thanks. Get a clown nose? Clown's gift? Where is it? Also, we also have a trusty knife. First since you were a child and it's always performed perfectly, okay? And the clown's gift, a soft squishy red ball. You've got this after a befriending couple of clowns. Ah, cool.
Ultimate Despair Live.